time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
Welcome to another edition of the Qatar Law podcast. And of course, we're gonna do our watch along for Rebel Moon, the director's cut, chapter 2, Curse of Forgiveness, making this our newest Netflix engagement. But first, before we start with the film, check this out. This is the streaming chart for the top 10 films covering August the 2nd up to the 8th of this year. As you can see, Rebel Moon, the director's cut, parts 1 and parts 2 are streaming with 130 million point 8, and the other one is 129.1 million. So yes, Sin, this is part 2. Not bad for some random director's cut. That is correct. So everyone should tune in to Netflix right now. Make sure the counter is at 0, and let's start this movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Play with the ominous music in the background. The choral music really is something else. Stone Curry. The first scene alone for chapter 2 is so different from the PG-13 cut. We actually see skulls and bones being used to power up uh, the ship, the King's Gaze. Man, this movie is something else. We see the scribes. We see the scribes trying to revive Admiral Noble, manip- the scribes manipulating the Kali. In the PG-13 cut, these were just Cole and the Kali powers, the king's gaze. The Rukali is exhausted from the jump. The Kali, the Rukali, Anunnaki, of course. Somehow they fix Admiral Noble after being beaten near death by Korra or Archelaus in chapter 1. His teeth are complete now. Cassius, ever at his side. Okay, 4 minutes 18 seconds to sync up with the rest of you. Technically, the Motherworld's healthcare, yes, sin, healthcare system. So they want to go back to Velt. You even get dental. Funny, Sin. Very funny. Rebel Moon. Curse of Forgiveness. This is as the group, the Magnificent Seven, the Magnificent Six, enters the farming village of Velt. This pretty much feels like Seven Samurais and the Magnificent Seven, honestly. Aris is turning out to be the heart of this movie. And Aris is still pretending that he's with the Motherworld. We have Integrity 101 in the chat. Hi, Qatar. Hi, Sin. Hi, chat. Have a fun stream, guys. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Integrity. And it's always nice to have you in the chat. So, another additional scene, so different, is the Urukai. Uh, Man, imagine they put Lord of the Rings type of characters into a science fiction uh, movie, making this film a sick sci-fi fantasy film by Zack Edward Snyder. A farm village is well balanced because there are plenty of food. Den's role is more well thought of in this version, and Zach said that this is a totally different universe. The integrity said, "Oh, and thanks for throwing that Pantera song, The Badge, into the mix a few weeks back. It's from the Crow soundtrack. That was cool. Good stuff. I'll watch more." Yeah, I'm planning to do another musical stream sometimes, probably after a few days, probably on the last week of August, because my next week's streams are already set. I'm trying to support everyone that's cool, but there's only so many hours in a day, so yeah, I know, man. I can understand you. Titus saying dark days are ahead of us. The Way of the Land. There was an anime series way back in the early 2000s. Of course, it was Akira Kurosawa's Samurai 7. I want to do, I want to make another watch along for that series. Maybe someday. Sin said, "You do what you can." Yes, we all do. Yeah, I know it's a good show, and I watched that when I was starting doing my anime watch before I did any YouTube thingy. You can always, you are always a class act, Qatar. It does not go unnoticed. Best of luck going forward with your channel. I'll catch you next time. Later, dudes. Have fun. Thank you, Integrity, and I appreciate you joining us in this chat, this stream, and I appreciate the comments you made, man. This is so cool. This is Gunnar and the chorus, heart to heart talk. Yeah, the love story of Korra and Gunnar. Okay, this is the sex scene comparing Korra and Gunnar's bed scene with Korra and Den's in chapter one. You do notice that this is more intimate. This is it's not, there's, you feel the love for these two. There's actually love, unlike the one with Den, whose the scene was pure need, need, and what word am I gonna say? Lacks emotion. The sex scene in the PG cut, uh, the Scar Giver is shorter compared to this one. Continue to support Rebel Moon over at Netflix. And yes, we're technically winning. This is going to be another great streaming uh, party, another great streaming movie in Zack Snyder we trust. The other movie I watched, Sofia Butella, was Star Trek, the last one with J.J. Abrams. Then there's Kingsman, Kingsman, the first one also. And another film that Sophia was in was Atomic Blonde with uh, Charles Theron. So Noble said that Archelaus is the most wanted criminal in the world, in the galaxy, the known galaxy. She is was a victim of a setup by her so-called father, and you know she was the scapegoat without her.
Ito na gamitin mo. Hindi mo
Belisarius has ambition. Belisarius is like uh, Adolf Hitler in World War I. Hitler was the chancellor for the king of Germany, and we all know what happened to Germany back then. And World War II, he became the dictator and the instigator of World War II. So Zach made Belisarius uh, akin to Hitler. He was a general. Belisarius was a general. Then he was a senator. And for a sci fi character, for a work of fiction, Belisarius is closer to a real life tyrant than anyone else. Belisarius took the regent title. Yeah, that's true. Sin. He was. Excuse me. Just had breakfast. Belisarius was an ambitious, evil mind He really planned the downfall of the royal family of the Imperium, and that scene is more similar to the assassination of the czars and the royal family of Russia than people care to admit. We have only seen a glimpse of how big the mother world is. Yes, Tartaria, that uh, continent that was lost during, I don't know, man, the the Tartarian Empire. What is a mythical kingdom that somehow was lost, and it's just now being rediscovered by some people, along with the continent of Mu, the continent of Atlantis, and Lemuria. Wow. Tartaria was around Russia in the old maps. Yeah, I saw that in some documentary I've been reviewing for a while. It's amazing how you uh, discover history and how some people never really learn from the mistake of the past. So the ship is called Peacemaker. Is this a dig on Ganipu's DC characters? They fear a child to take over the war machine of the mother world of the Imperium. That's why Belisarius plotted against the royal family, which is kind of, yeah, made sense. And Tartaria was much bigger than a hidden continent. Yes, somehow there are giants in that lost uh, country, lost continent. The technology was out of this world, to say it bluntly. The actor who played Belisarius is the one from uh, Echo, Echo, and first, oh no, Hawkeye, the miniseries, the series. Belisarius wanted the war machine to keep going. Like most despots and tyrants, he wants total control. total control of everything. Hawkeye and Echo, yes. Look at the blood. This is how different the director's cut are. The the freaking people, the Senate of the Imperium are all shitty because they saw how Belisarius shouted at Archelaus, and they still blame Archelaus for assassinating the princess. In truth, is it was under orders from Belisarius. Belisarius, man, playing innocent, playing victim. This is how tyranny is perpetuated continuously, man. The assassin of the royal family. Zack Snyder showed the evil of racist racism here, since Belisarius considers Archelaus as a ethnically impure. Yeah, right. Like Adolf Hitler and the rest of his Axis thugs. Yep, and the farming of wheat starts. And everyone notice. how Gunnar and Cora looks at each other. Now, this is really a homage to Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurais. Our timestamp is 32 minutes and 34 seconds. This was real weak. Zach really wanted authenticity for the farming of Velt. I keep wondering what's the difference between wheat and rice, because in Seven Samurais, uh, they farmed rice. This is so cool. And this part is where Nemesis is practicing her skill in screamastics. In the Philippines, this is called arnis de mano. The Pyramid of Velt. Uh, we get a glimpse of it here. The authenticity that Zack Snyder did in this film is so awesome. Private Aris has a more defined role in the director's cuts, and his character is similar to what Zack did with Cyborg in ZSJL. So they still think that General Titus is drinking liquor, but So basically, the resurrection process that Admiral Noble experienced is similar to what uh, the Lazarus Pit affects Ra's al Ghul whenever he gets resurrected. He didn't really return as a whole. Yes, sort of disoriented, sort of mad, and unnaturally strong. Describes he didn't finish healing, he's rushing, no patience. Yeah, that's true. No patience, no he didn't heal his psyche. There's no this is what he gets for rushing rushing things. Now we're in the second day of the harvest. Oh, the the v the VFX of this movie, the sheer cinematography, man, it's uncomparable. Hey, hi Michael, welcome to my watch along. Thanks for joining, man. Welcome to my podcast, Michael. I hope you enjoy. Yeah, yep. Thanks, brother. So our timestamp is 40 minutes and 30. Wait, 40 minutes and 57 seconds. So basically, uh, General Titus is drinking water. He's not getting drunk at all. We see JC, the Jimmy. Notice that it takes them one whole day, 2 whole days actually, in the timeline to finish to do the harvest, and they still have about another day or two to finish what they started. Cassius is monitoring the the progress. For the slain king. They use that battle cry to justify the conquest of the known and unknown galaxy. Marcus and Faunus are dead. Cora and Jimmy made sure that all of them are dead. The Hawkshaws really look like the Uruk of Lord of the Rings. So everyone is in the longhouse and they're starting the confessions. Everyone must share the truth. Saru is where General Titus' men were massacred. Titus never followed a really evil command, just like what everyone should do if ever they're ordered by their masters and bosses to kill without reason. And this is the product. The difference between the King's Gaze, the Dreadnought, and the Death Star from Star Wars is that, man, the Dreadnought's killing style, killing is more personal. Man, the effects here of the molten bullets, blood splatter all around. Imagine uh, hammering your enemy using a gun. Heads, skulls would really be crushed, especially when done in anger. Never surrender. It's now Milius' turn to for confession. The actor who played Milius is a trans woman, but the character she played is not forced somehow, and it make perfect sense to have some of them in another planet. It's not woke at all, honestly. Families torn apart. So Milius is the uh, closest thing we have for a historical reference for the Blood Axe Rebellion. The Blood Axes are probably rich beyond your wildest dreams for them to afford to resist the Motherworld. So it's Nemesis' turn to tell us her story. Zack Snyder just proved that you don't need a backstory of about 20 films to understand the characters and motivations that your your stars have. Michael said these director's cuts are a true revelation of Zach's imagination. That's true, Michael. That's true. Zach used Korean heritage to make Nemesis' backstory. She she has the look and weaponry, sci-fi weaponry of the ancient order of the One Was. That's the female knights of old Korea. And this is how she got her molten sword, which is quite different from the molten sword used by the Cryptea. There were a people of war. Yeah, not many are remembering the backstory of ancient Korea. Revenge. The bloodlust. Yeah. Now it's Tarak's turn to reveal his origin. You did notice that Tarak is an anagram for Qatar. The prince, the future king of his planet. He, they have Venus as a symbol for their kingdom. The Venus are modeled after the griffin, the ancient myst- mystical beast, half eagle, half lion, griffin. Yes, yeah. Thanks in, it's a griffin. I wonder if the griffin, the griffins of Tarak's planet were all killed off or somehow saved at some point. The actor who played Tarak, I first saw him in Supergirl. Yeah, it's a good question. What happened to the Venus of Tarak's planet? This story is a tale of atonement, a tale of vengeance, a tale of salvation. Cora is lying. She's not telling them the whole truth. That's she's Archelaus, although Titus already knows who she is. And she told Gunnar the whole truth. And since Gunnar is in love with her, he went along with what she's saying. Since Titus is a general of the Motherworld, he knows Archelaus is the daughter of Belisarius. It's Waller. Old stories can be hard to give up. So three of these actors came from Game of Thrones, correct? Who says Zack Snyder can't do humor? That's a humorous scene, if I ever saw one. You notice that Tarak is eyeballing the lady. Now that's something else. I think this scene was not included in the PG-13 version. Now this scene with Nemesis and the kid is in the PG-13 version. Man, the VFX is seamless and it looks clean, better than what's that series over at Disney? Which it seems that no one really watched. Ah, the freaking acolyte, which makes no sense at all. You know, I rewatched Rogue One the other day, and since I'm watching it in a new lens, uh, it's not that uh, good in my eyes now. Hey, that's Hanky Panky, Gunnar, and Cora. Our timestamp. 1 hour and 3 minutes, 8 seconds. Milius is remembering her village in this scene somehow. And during the harvest and when they're about to finish the job, people are happy and do something festive. In the Philippines, there's a fertility festival near uh, in our province, near the mountain of Makiling, and somehow they do this stuff for when they do the harvest. I still think that Sam is somehow reincarnation of Princess Isa. Whoever said that reincarnation is just a one time thing, right? The reincarnation version of Hawkman is a multiple reincarnation and somehow even non-linear. So Michael said, Zack movies just flow with such honest emotion and passion. Yeah, that's true. From Dawn of the Dead to Army of the Dead to Justice League, even the animated Owls of Gaul has this honest emotion and passion, considering that it's an animated feature. The banners, they gave each warrior a banner. Milius is sun, a sun and brightness. Uh, Nemesis is lightning and the storm. Then there's Gunner, who is who's the heart of the team, and he signifies hope. Korra is the symbol of the wolf, the dire wolf. Actually, Titus is a mountain. Tarak is a deer, and somehow Den also have a banner. The theme of farmers doing a rebellion is from time immemorial, honestly, the rebel forces. Even in real life, there's no rebel force that came from royalty or, you know. And now Tarak has a date. Man, no one's actually noticing that Korra's happier now than before, which is so weird. And this is uh, Jimon Hansu's singing voice. Zach knows how to do cultural mix up, intercultural, interracial. It's beautiful to hear. Uh, Jimon Hansu's voice. You can't really charge Zach with following DEI rules. And watching over them over the distance is Jimmy or James. According to the backstory of the Rebel Moon, Bartholomew is supposed to be the last of the Jimmys, but James is a prime example that the news are somewhat untrue. Timestamp 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 3 seconds. Aris' role is much longer in the director's cut, and his relationship with Sam is much more explored. Sam and Aris has their own love story. It's Ben Affleck's birthday, so happy birthday to our Batman. The effect of the Hawk shows, or as an additional cast for Rebel Moon, is very obvious. So this is the third or fourth day that they finish the harvest, and we see Tarak making out with a lady of the village. Damn. You're absolutely right, Qatar. Zach handles diversity and inclusion naturally and without an agenda. Yeah, it's very obvious, and everyone should notice when, whenever they says Zach has an agenda, it's all forced narrative. Zach is a great storyteller, and he picks his actors very well. Something that one Gunny Poo tries to copy and copy, but I don't think he'll be successful, especially this time. Man, the farmers are really, really precise in using weapons. This is the blunderbuss that Sam is using. Loud, big. They made the tunnel in about a day, which is amazing. In chapter one, Jimmy fix chorus ship. The set for chorus ship is looks so real. They have a drop ship. The Hawkshaw. And Jimmy took action. Man, that's painful. Yes. No more Hawkshaw on Velvet. The music is pure Junkie XL. God knows that he will never come close to matching Snyder's level of cinematic excellence. Yes, I agree, Michael. Totally agree. Gunny Fu is gonna flop big time. I think what happened with the Suicide Squad will happen again with Superman L. Mechanicus Militarium called Jimmy as James. Definitely, the Rebel Moon universe has entered the psyche of moviegoers, and a lot of products are already out. Podcasts, director Scott, 13 version, comics. The Hawk shows are definitely patterned after the Lord of the Rings orcs. Yes, the orcs. Korra is realistic. Uh, even Jimmy, when he said she cannot win, all things considered. Titus is furious. So the Motherworld supplied the weapons to be used against them. And here comes the dreadnought, gaze entering the skies of Velt. Dreadnought. Not the plans of a farmer. I need to research on the Cryptea. What kind of people are they? Why they use the blue molten swords? and the invasion begins. The Motherworld uses jet fuel, which has exhaust fumes, uh, not the same as those used in Star Wars, making Rebel Moon more on the real side of things. Notice the exhaust, notice the smoke coming from the ships. Notice the jet streams whenever the ships are moving. This is an awesome scene. Uh, I remember some of the old people here in the my grandfather, my grandmother tells about the tales of the Japanese invasion during World War II. Man, really terrifying to see. Most people are forgetting the stories of those of that era, the era of war, the era of hunger, and some people loves revising history, which is what the hell do they want to clean make a clean story, make a clean history of what happened. Man. Our timestamp is 1 hour 30 minutes and 59 seconds. You do notice that Atticus Noble is wearing a Nazi uniform, which watched a certain documentary about uh, how Hitler made that uniform, which is kind of weird. This is the time I noticed that Atticus Noble is somehow diminished after his resurrection. The scar from the scar giver herself. Ed Skrein was played Deadpool's enemy in Deadpool 1. Also, both Ed and Michael played the same character in Game of Thrones back in the day. He also did a version of the Transporter with the late man, I forgot who played Punisher in Punisher Warzone. Ray Stevenson. All right. Uh, Ed Screen. Ed Screen played Francis in Deadpool 1, and played uh, he played Ajax, and he played the son of Ray Stevenson in the last Transporter movie. Hey, Josh is on the chat. What's up, Dr. Qatar and Rebels on Netflix? Keep the engagement going. Thank you for joining us in the chat, Josh. And yeah, we're continuing to engage with Netflix and to show the world that Zach is the goat. So Josh Joss will appear in Writer's movie One Punch Dan as Josh Josh, the enemy of One Punch Dan, One Punch Dan, who is having his own stream for Rebel Moon Chalice of Blood today. Shout out to Bat Dan. And yes, support Zod Writers coming movie next year, One Punch Jan. Jaws, just Jaws versus One Punch Dan. Yes, sir. One Punch Dan doesn't stand a chance. Lol, love the background music, Dr. Guitar. Yeah, I forgot to play that during my the last streaming I did. Ah, yeah, Batman Cape Crusader. I should have played that music. Now there, the battle scene, the war is just beginning. Atticus Noble is a cyborg with a superhero landing. Yeah, Michael just greeted George. As Lex Luthor said, it's fun to get people together. Man, look at the molten bullets. I don't remember where I seen the actor who played this guy. Then probably in another Netflix film. Of course, Netflix is the number one streaming platform in the world. People try to copy, but never really successfully did. Yep, Josh said, "Hi, Michael." Nemesis versus the Cryptea. Another race of sort of warrior race from that the Motherworld has in their employ. A lot of people died in this onslaught. Farmers, soldiers. Aris needs more training. Man, how can you defeat a seemingly super human being using pitchforks and spears? It's like fighting uh, an aswang. Man, this is awesome. Timestamp is 1 hour and 41 minutes. You know, this is my technically my third watch of chapter 2 of Rebel Moon, the director's cut. I need to do more Rebel Moon engagement. Maybe after a few more weeks. Because as both Sin and I says that this is a slow burn movie, part chapters 1 and chapter 2. And it's very obvious that more people are enjoying these films. Although it took a while for the movie to chart, especially here in the Philippines, uh, which have technically more gun gunny poo fans. To my dismay, although I did found two Filipino Snyder fans on Twitter. Yeah, we sort of bumped to each other online. This is technically a war film. So the rating should be the PG cut and the director's cut to be one movie. That's cool. And Den didn't stand a chance against Noble. Yeah, he's enhanced, he's a cyborg, and somehow more trained than Den. So they pick Cora and Gunnar will play Trojan horse. This movie is hard hitting. Next year we'll have One Punch Dan, and that movie will be so dope. I imagine I'm gonna play a crucial part in creating One Punch Dan. Sort of like creating the Powerpuff Girls. Timestamp 1 minute 45 seconds. 45 minutes and 3 seconds. Time has come for all that you love, for your home. Protect each other and show them no mercy. For Sindri, that was Jimon Hansu's battle cry. Let's leave the dying to your enemies. Makes sense. Yeah. The blood splatter whenever a molten bullet hits you. Man, they cut off Nemesis' arm. And so my kittens are starting to cry, and we still have quite a few an hour to go, more than an hour before we finish this. Man, I'm taking care of a few kittens that we found that some neighbor threw near our house. And have been taking care of them for a few weeks. Noel's pissed off. He feels a bunch of farmers to stand up against him is getting on his nerves. This is brutal. It's so brutal. I'm sure the cats appreciate. Yeah. Yeah, they do, man. And I wish someone would adopt them. But since no one is responding to my daughter's call, we'll wait. Boom! This is the part that Titus and Tarak thought that they turned the tables. Farmers fight back, kind of what's going on right now. It's been going on for quite a while, especially in third world countries. Yeah, you know, this is like real life is mimicking fiction. Man! So I noticed that the blue molten sword is similar to Nemesis axe like bolo like sword. Life imitates art and vice versa. That's true. That's true. And people, especially here in my country, when they get pissed at the government authorities, they'll say that the government officials are busy watching, get this, Netflix. Nemesis really remembers her children when she sees the little boy. I read somewhere in Twitter that people wants to resurrect Nemesis somehow. I wonder. I hope they do Rebel Moon Part 3. This is the horrors of war. Tarak in battle mode, similar to Robert Howard's Kull the Conqueror or even Conan the Barbarian. The slow mo is not an hindrance to, to the storytelling. It amplifies and shows the moviegoers, the watchers, that this is what happens if you do war, gory and detailed. And Rebel Moon is not for kids and those with kiddie minds. I remember the time when comics has a mature audience label, like Mike Grell's Green Arrow during the 80s. Ah, Imperial Mechs. Run for cover, man! Our time stamp 1 hour 56 minutes 41 seconds. Zack Snyder was right to say that this movie is a war picture. See? Trojan horse. Gunnar is a farmer. He's not a soldier. That's all I can say. Cora is doing guerrilla warfare on her own, infiltrating the armies of the Imperium. Now it's Milia's turn to join the fray. We're almost at the 2 hour mark, and we still have less than an hour to go. She went into the chamber of the Kali. Whoa. I remember I did uh, 2 separate streams for the PG cut, plus another stream doing both parts 1 and part 2. And I plan to do this with the director's cut someday. This is the Kali. This is the alien that powers the dreadnought. The freaking walkers are basically not the same as the ones in Star Wars. Number one, these walkers are powered by diesel. See the smoke. Kali, Anunnaki, the giant beings. Are the Anunnaki returning? We shall see. And man, that will be terrifying to witness. Giants will once more roam the earth. So the Anunnaki talks to Korra and lets her know what they're feeling. The tears of the Kali. So the actress who plays the voice of the Kali is Ayelet Zur, the one who played Lara Zor-El in Man of Steel. Zack can get all his actors and actresses back whenever he calls them. Yes, Man of Steel. Just like Eva, one day you will wake my sisters, and their wrath will be my vengeance. I think the Kali communicates with Korra because somehow Korra is another version, another incarnation of Isa. Well, that's just me. Yes, Zack has a good working relationship with all his actors, unlike one certain Gunny Poo. And there said one woman attacking the engine room. Archelaus, the Scargiver, Cora. What did that article say? Sin? I think I don't know if I read that or I just passed by it. Cassius is just follows even bad orders. Main gun is of course Brett Colin. Our guy Brett. This is just. I think I passed through this tweet article this morning, but I'm not really interested with Superman L now. I think a funny Superman movie is not, will not, is not, will not fly. Funny Superman films all flop except for Superman 1978 because it has humor, but it's still dead serious. Yep, I agree. I'm sick of people doing comedy, doing superhero films not serious enough. That's what makes the superhero genre uh, taken taken not seriously at all. People are needs to be reminded that only Superman 1 from 1978 really earned big. Superman 2 can't maintain the same level of Superman 1. Superman 3 flopped, and especially Superman 4, which is atrocious, horrendous, and an awful film. Superman Returns had a very good Superman actor, but the script of Bryan Singer is plain old ugly. It took a serious Superman story like Man of Steel to give Superman re- uh, a fresh air in uh, in the movie. But those pro Man of Steel, uh, pro Christopher Reeve group won't have none of it. The last good Superman movie was Man of Steel. Just my opinion. Yeah, considering Man of Steel is the last good Superman movie. They wasted the actors who play Superman after Christopher Reeve. And speaking of Superman, this is Jimmy doing his Superman thing, like Neo from the Matrix. Jimmy somehow felt Princess Isa or one of the royal family alive in order to break his programming. Yep, Jimmy's Superman and pew 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 pew. That's the sound being made by the automatic rifle, molten bullet rifle. So those people who compares Jimmy with C3PO needs to have their eyes checked. This robot is not this droid is not a comic relief. After this is a battle hardened droid. Notice that he's wearing a crown. Notice that the king's gaze is so arrogant that they don't need any other dreadnought to help them. C3PO would get destroyed by Jimmy. That's true. He'll be hysterical whenever his head gets thrown in the fire. The dreadnought is more like a battleship than a Death Star. So we'll be witnessing the Martha moment of Rebel Moon. That a shot made the king's gaze uh, miss the target. Please, I have a family. That's the Martha moment for Rebel Moon. And the people who still misunderstood the Martha scene in BVS are all fools. C3PO is getting Spartan. The Spartan kick. Timestamp 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 26 seconds. Sword of the King is the name of the division. The gun, the gun crew of the King's Gaze. Noble is about to abandon. The term is abandon Cassius. And this is loyalty as shown by Atticus Noble. They're wearing Nazi uniform. Ah, that's Cora. Rebel Moon is more linear than usual than the usual movies Zack Snyder did. Nasty Crypteus, man. This scene is awesome, especially in the director's cuts. The smoking melting sword. and the effect the sword has on the user. That's why they wear gloves. The heat produced by we produced by the sword will look at the tail of the space mouse, space rats. Man, that was awesome. The reason why they covered their hands when using the molten swords is because it is too hot to handle. It's Atticus Noble versus Archelaus round two. He looks down. Noble looks down on farmers because that's the downfall of most soldiers. And that's it for the King's Gaze. Those bombs that Chorus is the final nail in the King's Gaze coffin. The farmer cannot use a gun properly, but in the farmers in a province near our house do own guns and bury their guns under the soil, which is I find it weird. Rebel Moon is looks better than most of the new Star Wars movies. The last good Star Wars movie was Rogue One. Yeah, that's smart. The sequel trilogy of Star Wars are all ah shit, are all shit, and they try to do the woke shit agenda. Star Wars had their chance, just like Krypton and Restore. That's true. That's true. Restore has its day. Star Wars had its day. They're making kiddie porn, kiddie movies now. for the Star Wars franchise, and the restore is the restore hashtag doesn't work. Where do you want Zack's Snyderverse to be restored? Right? Doesn't make sense. And there goes Atticus Noble. Slice and dice, slice and dice. Makes you think if ever Rebel Moon 3 will be made, who will be the new villain? Yep, off with his head. Did you see the trailer for Snow White Sin? And guys, it really, I don't know, man. It didn't hit me as good. I agree with Sin. It was atrocious. And to think that Rachel Zegler still does her own does have her own agenda towards the fans. So we'll make a shout out to the cool table, and I think they're busy with other engagement streams. Gunnar or Gunnar really loves Cora. And here comes the resistance. Is that alien Zack Snyder? Who knows? This scene is so dope. It feels like the liberation is coming. Maybe. Man, I'm having goosebumps just watching this scene. Uh, it's like watching those World War II movies when the US saves everyone else in Germany, in Europe, or in Asia. The joyous celebration. Right. The rebel fleet after Curse of Forgiveness, the rebel fleet will rebuild and continue to fight the Motherworld, whoever leads, because everyone knows that Belisarius is still alive. This is a funeral pyre for the people who died on Veld. The old ways, the old ways, they burn the bodies of the fallen. Carrying on is the only thing they can do to honor the dead. Yeah, cremation is technically a practice from the old world. The spirit passes on. Yeah, through flame and through smoke. Titus knows that Korra is Archelaus. He just wants to hear it from Korra herself. You are not her assassin. Yeah, the princess is still alive because the process of reincarnation differs from culture to culture, and somehow the princess Isa is not the first princess Isa at all. to find her and to fight. Stories from the old world. That's true, Sin. That's true. Robert Venditti was the writer for Hawkman uh, on Volume 5, and he totally streamlined Hawkman's reincarnation storyline. He told the tale of Hawkman and made Hawkman the reincarnated versions of Hawkman alive simultaneously in every timeline available. That's why I think that's what Zack wants to do with Princess Isa, in my opinion, only. So a child singing reminds me of that scene in ZSJL in Iceland, where the the native ladies sang for Aquaman. Yep. DSJL. Well, it is the template. In the north. Yep. King's Thai. Timestamp is 2 hours 37 minutes and 48 seconds. Now this scene, this is the final scene of this movie. This was not shown in the PG-13 cut, but this was shown in the trailers. This is Belisarius being made regent. One moment. Man, this movie reveals more in the two-parter director's cut, more than everything. Netflix really had the time of the movie they wanted from Zack. It's a beautiful mosaic. Yep, it's a stained glass design. My wife used to work for a stained glass company back in the 80s, early 90s, before she became a professor. One $66 million for a four movie, two regulars, and two director's cuts. It's worth the investment. It's worth it. It's beautifully made. It made sense. The story, the facing, the yep, that's cool. And we have, is he regent or king now? Uh, this is the beginning of everything Rebel Moon. And that's it for this movie. Ha, nice. Nice movie, nice movie. So, how do you rate this movie, Sin? I rate it as well, 10 over 10. I'm biased. Neither uh, Zack Snyder bias. Yes, we got it. And let's show the people the ratings again for this movie. And you see the audience, the viewing for the first week, 130.8 million and 129.1 million. Better than anticipated. Yes. Yeah. And we'll be joining Zod Writer in his movie One Punch Dan in the coming year. We're part of the the actors, the players. It's a slow burn, the movie. And of course, for next week, I'll be doing on Monday, Sunday night EST my Fate Talks, still in my John chapter 1 uh, topic on Tuesday night EST, Wednesday morning here. I'll be doing my watch along with Fist of the North Star, the movie from 1986. I'll be joined by Zod Writer, and of course, the last stream for next week, Thursday EST, Friday here, is the last three episode of Voltron season 3, my Netflix engagement. And yes, it's a fun stream. Thank you for joining me. So continue to subscribe, like the video, and man, share the videos, and follow me. Do follow me in my social networks: Twitter X, YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram. Always remember Mikeyverse forever. Sell ZSJL to Netflix, and sell Snyderverse to Netflix. Continue to support this channel, and thank you to engage with Rebel Moon, and Cell is the way. Thank you, and I'm out of here. Happy weekend, guys.